Let me share some thoughts with you guys about tattoo kits. This is one that I pulled from offline on the internet, and it says it was selling for $85.99, and now it's $64.39. And I'm going to say that that's still way too expensive. If you are going to buy a kit, I would suggest that that's okay if you are just starting out tattooing and you're using this kit mainly for practice, like practice skins and things like that. But let me show you what you won't even be using in this kit and some of the problems with it. This light right here, I never use. They're no good. I mean, they work, but if you have a lamp or sufficient light, you don't need these. So you wouldn't be using that really. And those things are only a couple of dollars on their own. This color cup holder right here is a huge pain. You won't be using that. It's better just to put some Vaseline on a paper towel and stick your color cups to it. So, and plus, this only has a couple of cup holders. You're going to be using a lot more than that, so you won't be using that. This stuff down here is just filler stuff. They're showing 2 rubber bands and some Allen wrenches and a razor blade, a couple of O-rings, which you won't even use with this tattoo machine. So this is all just garbage stuff that they threw in there. So probably be getting rid of that. They have 2 tips in here, but if you use disposable stuff, you're not going to be using those anyways. So after a while, you probably won't be using those. I mean, I suggest that you, if you did get these, learn how to use these and everything, but if you go to disposable tubes, these will be no good for you. Again, you can use them while you're practicing. This little A&D packet here, I mean, that's a one-time use, and you can get A&D really cheap from the store, so you won't be using that. Couple of springs here. Again, if you only have this kit, these are for coil machines, not a rotary machine, so you better hope that you have some other machines to use. And it looks like, I think I'm seeing some washers in here. Again, you can buy a whole box of those for about $1. So that's no good. This clip cord right here is awful. The best thing you can do with a clip cord like this is cut the cord out, save the phone plug, and save this end of it, and put a new cord in that. So, but using this just like this is garbage, and this is the cheapest foot pedal I've ever seen. You even can see the wires poking out here, and again too with these foot pedals, cut the ends off and get some speaker wire or something and switch those out. This practice skin, practice skin really isn't that great, and you can get a banana or a pumpkin or squash or something to practice on, so not really getting a deal with that. I would not use this ink on anybody. I would, again, use it for practice, but this is garbage ink, so it's showing you that you're getting 8 inks, but these are no good. You don't want to use these on anybody. So gloves, you're going to buy boxes of those once you start tattooing. So pretty much you're paying $64 for a $10 machine, a $10 power source with a crappy, no good foot pedal and clip cord and some needles and tubes. And again, I wouldn't use this on anybody. I would use this for practice. This machine is a real cheap machine. And a lot of times the power sources will end up breaking or they won't last you very long. So some kits are better than others, but this kit, especially for this price, I would not go for. At least if you're going to get a kit, get one with several different machines. That way you can take apart some of the bad machines and maybe use the parts on other machines and make them better. So for this kit, I definitely would not recommend anybody buying this kit. So let's look at a couple others and some tattoo machines. Here's another example of a tattoo kit, and this one I would definitely not buy. $36 is showing you a speed stick, which is $1 to $2. This might even be the small one. So that's out. 4 or 5 needles, that's probably, you could say $5 if you were buying them for really expensive plays. Rubber bands and grommets, that's another couple of dollars. So here's a tube with the tip. Again, the razor blade, all really cheap. And then you're stuck with this tattoo ink that's really bad tattoo ink. Want to use it on anybody. So what are you left with? You're left with this machine, which is a $10 machine, not even that, and it's aluminum machine that's not built well. It's not a good machine, and they're selling it for $36. If you do plan on buying one of these kits, I suggest you find one that's on sale and find one that has a lot of machines, a lot of options for you to pick from. Here is a kit which they're saying was $271, which is absolutely unbelievable that they would say it was this price. Be careful when you're buying stuff online, because they'll say it's discounted and they'll give you this ridiculous price, and it really would not cost that much. So again, just try to get something as cheap as possible. The reason why I picked this was you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 machines, and you still have all the stuff that's just kind of filler stuff, but these machines will probably make decent liners. And then you have one rotary machine and one machine that looks like you might be able to do shading or color with it. Still not the best for that, but at least you have 6 machines that you can mess with and do things to them to try to make them better machines. because they're not going to be the best machines. Still probably get all these machines for around $10, but at least you have options. And then just look for the cheapest price you can. And again, these aren't the best machines, but if you're practicing and you're learning, this is a good option for you to start with, and you'll start to learn how to adjust your machines, what the different machines do,